of April 2026. The time is 8 minutes to 9. Yeah, we didn't Abdul Fatawu Yusif. You shall see any newspaper review segment. Eddie Bremo. And Baraka 90.7 FM on Adekye Nhyira. Adekye Nhyira. Adekye Nhyira na here so that your day will be full of blessings, full of guidance. So one fine one shall say there, and you miss targets, you will be misdirected. You go in a way that you never expected to go, and the outcome will not be something that you really wish for. And inti so fata saying no ye be shasia en shasia on a good note. Inti na yesa kai mo say all the intentions, all the goodwill messages that you have, all your resolutions for the year na ye nyina obia choro no. Bombodia na bisa wo say first quarter ko and second April so a friend saying first quarter ko ya shasia second quarter. Ntino obotaye any adibia any daso bia no bomodi say you be working on it on daily basis. Yes, as the minutes, the seconds, and then the hours takes moving, you are also moving. Even if you are crawling, you will get there, no matter how long it takes. But to stand still without doing any activity, without taking any action, no, and no there, and for until you live 1,000 years. Sebi, obi our live 10 years could be more useful than you are, because your contribution is not really making any impact. Munshano so ye nyina ye kaya ho and ntino anapo so ye be shase with addition because addition any idea ebema ya tompo and ebema adibia e de atu ye nimbia na say adibia ye pese bia no without having a very good education. It will defeat the purpose. And inti ye kaimo say ena no pay enkomo a ye be hyase no inti no munkai ho na nyina intimi ento ato adwen na intimi kire adwen fa the ekoso no. You must be citizens and actively for that matter. Instead of enye say bia emre bia no, we are just consuming without reacting. You must react so that you would be able to assess what you are consuming as to whether it is okay or it's not. Any power nanti there ontimi hu say wachia aje obi a wonichi and e betimi I draw attention said there be okono I say we free line so no asan baby and it enne there be chance enne no pay na e be chance there onim say di kan echiache ho e wo fiansa ansa ya call on the newspapers and then the rest of the news items we have for you today. Mami Mindikaina me welcome the entire team for this day. Suleiman, I'd say
Alhamdulillah.
Bibi Abako there. All right. Adekye.
And then Thursday. Yes, Thursday. And he the teacher Baraka FM. Adebako am say me remind etiefo ni omo you know we are fasting. Alhamdulillah, we are fasting. No, we are Shawwal months mo. Me kai etiefo nya say sita Shawwal in there. Dano Adekye na dey sa no. Dano months na ekona wie. So I will encourage everybody say sita Shawwal in there. We say nya yentimi e make sure say yatimi afọ fele and yatimi aye. Because what my 30 days of fasting now 6 days there. I was saying to me force now to me and conclude until me first comments I made about no alhamdulillah.
Now Zimbabwe president Zimbabwean president so they say man penny call Zambia and ekoka say washata de bia o say because e bia so omu da so omu nimo I don't know which angle to take. But nyina no enkomba no a plus to Ghanaians. This is internationally according to our foreign minister there have been so many people who are even requesting for the Ghana's friends saying known dress that is fugu because we shall all the diverse friends saying ethnic groups bia no obiani the way all you know. Might be the same but in different ways obiani say all you know. And inti say yanya mampenyi from Zimbabwe. Yes manang nidi we there Manangagawa, I don't know, has arrived in Ghana for 3-day visit. But Atadia Mampenishe
Zimbabwe na Zambia.
Zimbabwe.
Yes,
Zimbabwe. Say Zambia no call about Zimbabwe.
Okay.
Zimbabwe, so you can't Zimbabwe. Obia Kai on one penny, even though we but who cost Robert Mugabe.
Yeah.
Take
The
your
great,
United States and I'll take my Zimbabwe.
Yeah.
Yes, on this one, whatever the echo. We any day, but the reason why I'm bringing all this issue of the fugu, the kente and all that, see, because of your man Penny dressing our hair or the receiving Zimbabwean president. Even he's in suit, but your man Penny there is in the yes, typical of us. That's very, very interesting. So he's in for a 3 days visit, and I think African countries and Kasano, I say home. And I mean the because the reaction from Zambia and they just say we don't even know each other. And some of us too, when you see what the Zambians also wear, you're quite a bit from the way they say manyama and emotional. It means we really have to relate to each other. Even though it has some economic benefits, but I am looking at the social aspects. Because say Antimi and Yesana, Ebema quite often at the unity now I say it's something that we are just dreaming. It's not really reflecting on the ground. Until my family there, until I think we have to work very hard to be able to relate to each other more, so that you'll be able to know each other. To learn from one another. Yes. As we speak, Adibakwa mimi ntias and say, me free hana me ko Zimbabwe, and I me ko South Africa, and I me ko let's see me for visa mbransa na makwa mintias enye. Why? Because I remember a colleague and a friend that we are in this industry together. The first time he was traveling, he traveled to I think Turkey. Turkey by the next trip was Europe. Or one of the European, in fact, technically as we speak now, he can roam
all European countries. Yeah.
But Africa.
So see, all the European countries are under the European Union. And Africa,
Baraka
under the
FM.
African Union. So you can use your European one visa to roam or enter any European country. Yeah. So Africans or Africa Union, that's what we should also adapt. So never semi free Kenya, and I semi free Mali, and I say Egypt, Djibouti. I don't need any visa to go to that.
Anyway, even though there are some of them that are free, visa free.
They are gradually getting.
But me, I come in Kwadia, we should not hesitate to take it out completely. You don't need to have a visa to enter. What you need, like say a Ghana card, it should be biometric. We know where you are coming from. Until we are Bonia, we don't say be on mine like on one free on mine see almost subino to generalize. There be Nipana AB or Ghanaian why Bonino. Do you don't attack his nationality to Bonia or and your nationality name money yes Bonino. On one person in Subai but most often that's the mistake we make. Oh, Nigeria for the Alata for the there's certainly good ones among them, but it'll be a bad one until you don't have to generalize, because that is what is making our leaders reluctant to allow it. Because when we say, hey, when you open the floodgate right now, hey, so what I would say is that let's use the technology wisely and be able to control some of these things. Because I've been following Ras Mubarak, and then Papa, your friend is saying, Assassin Radio, Papa, your friend is saying, Gabi, when they are promoting this, because all these one, the African leaders say, I say it's just on paper. Until same me follow when they were on this particular journey, roaming the whole of Africa. Could you believe, say, just Cameroon here, Cameroon just ABA after Nigeria, Cameroon just here. When he got there, it wasn't easy. They disallowed him from entering. A whole lot of excuses. And I think that going forward, the anchor yet me and no anchor bet me pa na bibia because we should say bia Ghana for ye here meko na Nigeria for so omo here a very saying nchini ewe ho. These two countries but Ghana ni be free akọ Brazil akọ fasa anyama na dia baha Brako anka or just a true stone. You go here to make it to get it.
Yenji ohundi.
I say Aminchia ye phone nyina anope. Asamwa oka ife fata asamwa oka
Baraka FM.
Ukom kra obehu say emrofo no kra no omu tan echiri omu ka ho because we say kambo we ti say metumi aba wo nchen wusu betumi aba mi nchen minya ntawantawa bia na e kire say ye twa ben baako yem na say ye be ye baako a omu mbrofo na ebebre because inyama bi wo ho a omu ka ye tibom na omu say ye nti ye ho ase a na mo afa baako nchen na mo agisa nyama no akọ develop omu krom enti no ne ekoso nyina no wo be kokom don say ebinu na ewe chire na wotutu jagum say o chale mempini o sankrofo am yankrofo boni onni mumo mu kwan a say na ebesi because say metumi ananti akọ Cameroon akọ Togo akọ Nigeria freely a say ya ho enti say meka say uma ya nyina yen kambo mu a ono enya ade a yedi but say mentumi nko ho isa ansa na meju kabo mu forget about kabo emba
yeah, but say me kasa same way. I think it's outside what we are discussing, but then I just want to relate it to it. Yeah, man penny of South Africa, the greatest Nelson Mandela.
Okay.
Yes. Okay, same be say or make a statement be about not a conference now no more year. And now or we a question or make a statement be say they think that their enemies should be our enemy. So statement now okay. They think that their enemy should be our enemy.
Yes.
So yeah, funny say right now, US any yeah funny say Iran aircon. Now the US wants the world to know that so far as he's fighting Iran now, I will say Iran should also be our enemy. Like what's happening in the Middle East right now.
Yeah.
Yes. So let's say US and Iran aircon. Now US is trying to tell the world that Saudi Arabia, Qatar, Jordan, Iraq, all the Middle East countries. So far as we are fighting Iran, I'll say who say Iran should be your enemy. That's how I don't see. But I'm saying we enter into the African context. Saying that Mandela kind now. I want to ask to see if it really relates. You find the African Union, we have a vision to or a role to play to help one another. Now, for one foreign country, bully one African country. So in that context, should all African come together and fight that foreign country? And then
Yes, of course. That's how it's supposed to be.
So
that's supposed to be so because if really we are united, we should be for each other. For example, say okay. Say example in the Bible, because Tama or attack Gaddafi, Libya is in Africa.
Yeah.
So why did we sit aloof without making any?
Correct.
You get it? Say they deal with Libyan president. So Sankaya bako dia ankasa dia nense besi.
Yeah. Or make it reference
because
to
Gaddafi. We are here and we saw when the previous administration wanted to go for North Korea.
Yeah.
China said they are not ready. And because of this statement China made, they were not able to go there.
You see.
Why? Because it might be affecting, you might be attacking North Korea. But those who are going to suffer, the victims, where are they going to run to? China. And there's no space.
Yeah.
That's the only analogy I'll use, but there are other implications.
Yeah.
But this is what I'm using.
But you are coming from another continent to attack our continent.
My neighbor.
My neighbor.
Yeah.
So you see, or make a reference to Gaddafi, not Yusif Arafat. So they were saying change regime in Libya. So they were thinking that Africans have to also fight that. Yeah. That's what they said, baby. Your enemy.
I say I don't know. Their position has not changed. First World War, Second World War, then they see it. Is that what they say they use us?
It's exactly.
So here they say yentimi enyi yentimi hu se entimi nkosu sa.
Yeah.
In fact, this particular year ekoso na media na meka de bia no minim say bia me muti asedia me as we speak I don't understand. I don't understand why the rest of the world is just watching and America is doing this. And ne baby ye do na ka say obi ko wa. And America should be the first country to say no. Because in Ibiaba, changes have come. There are a lot of things that is happening that we don't have to allow that to happen. But it's going on. Say it shouldn't be America.
Yeah.
Because of where they have gotten to. But Ekoso and nobody's talking. Ntinu sanya mani de me if say enne adia nka yebetimi boy. So Daily Graphic was unite to promote peace, love. We there see clergy charges nation at Easter. Yes, we say China Easter Friday.
Good Friday. I'm quite saying.
Good Friday.
Good Friday.
Ntinu eno some that friends saying men of God were advising the rest of the Diamond mine transition won't affect jobs, land minister assures workers. 7,000 graduate teachers to be recruited for deprived areas. We air Daily Graphic. I believe this is related to the Minister of Education.
Yeah, 7,000
graduates to be engaged. The exclusive newspaper also say the government approved 7,000 teacher recruitment. I want to say on the Omaba headlines different from the Daily Graphic. Court dismisses Agbawe's two suit over jurisdiction. EPA faces questions over Bondi mining breaches. Hey, yo. Ghana Medical Trust Fund gets NPA support. IET Ghana demands probe into Ayawasu collapse. Bogosu Prustia resident await government mining petition reply. Jomoro College of Education sees light under Docas Afoti's watch. We Daily Post newspaper. See, Mahama welcomes Manangagawa. Hey, indeed. Yes, the Amman transition to protect jobs, strengthen stability. We any the Minister of Lands, the Audituja. The Metro Lessons was saying, Africa must prioritize digital infrastructure to harness AI. We the former man paying number the Dr. Lajimamud Bamian, Okoma London School of Economics, United Kingdom. Ochihini bans home barrier. Tax MMDC is to enforce laws. Ade mintia say bia say min pebi na min kinkan. Say mintia say basically based on the front page there. Na bia ochihini ka say ebia we you are coming from there but ebia you are in Accra or in another place. Say bia okoho na okowu dia omo makwai say afi na ebe south body no bio asai ko efi akọ they be back to your hometown, back to a friend saying Niho to bury the person. I think that is what's per the headlines. I've not read the story anyway. Per the headlines, that's what I think he's talking about. So he's calling on the MMDCs to enforce that law. We quite the san can make quite the name if he say we shall ekrimu for quite the SCB will be ano or on yanko paji say SACO intina audio unko to transport a body from Accra to Tamale or from Tamale to Accra or from Kumasi to Akrade. Nina ni how baby any panu be ubia no mumbo modia someone but if you say there be it's coming from a royal family, so you have to bring the person back home.
So when you bring the person back home, is it acceptable or not?
No, it's done. For example, our own Nkrumah. Yes, it's done.
I mean,
so quite often people do that. Islamically, it's not but you know, it's highly recommended that you do it where you bury the person where the person passed away. But maybe if there are conditions where the person is that they don't accept that, because some other countries, you know, you have to pay a lot of money before they will allow your deceased to be buried. That's what I know. And you know, when it becomes like that, it becomes a necessity. You know, people who go to Saudi Arabia, when they die there, they bury them there. But if you choose that no, you need the body back, why not? They will allow it to be returned. So you know, and only there watching so inflation drops to 3.2%, lowest since 2021. Osa you calls for calm as Kumada Semi or therefore no. And you know that's the issue. But say there is something in the news. I don't know whether you heard it about the reduction in electricity and then water tariffs. I don't know whether you heard that.
No, I haven't heard that.
You know, and only that's what is in the news. I think from yesterday, PRC, we listened to PRC say on Betiso, light bills in a buffer and water bills, but the air increment in the fuel higher increase. I know some of drivers so by energy increase tariffs.
Yeah. So on South fuel and diesel, it's not easy. You know, there are some things that the country cannot control because we depend on the world market. And I will share what was now bombing of energy sectors, energy industries in the Middle East now, and to share, and then of course reduction in our way. I'm saying reduction, increment in our petroleum, you know, yeah. And yeah, petroleum kwa United States say this year, and I'm saying I catch on now. Economically, you know, they are declining.
Okay.
A lot of stocks, a lot of commodities.
Because of war.
Yes, because of war. Yeah, because of war, you know. Because of war, you know. So, go for be alusu, like in terms of, if anything, stocks, investments now be aba form, be aba form because of this war na AC. So this war to, you know that ABC. Yeah, so they can even come and now I think last time I heard Donald Trump saying that for the coming 2 to 3 weeks they are going to hit Iran massively harder than before, and to sure the war is going to continue. So if the other opponent also say that okay, so I'm going to retaliate massively.
Timelines, but you see the timelines in Babium, and that tells you that what they were expecting or what they were thinking of Iran, they've gone beyond that. And it's immediate enemy canon. I don't know minya and no maja I don't know because
I always say this that
because they can say AB and Mr. Paul no why am Bonnie. Instead of say I will go and target him individually and then get hold of him, no. Now if let me find chen attacking the issues involved.
No, the thing is
the innocent civilians.
Innocent people.
And from both countries.
And we can both countries, all of them.
There's innocent civilians because and they don't bomb school or China bomb hospital.
Even if it's not even a school, accidentally, no.
See apartments.
Are they?
I'm telling you, see videos how these missiles are destroying buildings. Like one, almost targeted. What you say? They are very good in targeting. They target from the under. Boom. Now we're not doing our
morning, baby. That Rubina, we go catch my grandmother. Say, na mama bi wo ye nchen or did na tem. Na oni no ntem nya fine sir. Enti me say or did my grandmother tem na me go catch my grandmother say, "O si oh no did na tem na ni 9 fian ti say banchi duan ni ma." Na me catch my grandmother na Austria. Me say grandma, na me ka say we cho na wo si o. Say obi pese o didi watema. On didi watema ebe ya wote. Obe kan sema ebe ya wo ya. Che say he want to make a point. War na ekoso no omo bombi schools ni nyama nkrofo a omo ni hwehwe no. Won say omo target baby a omo yawa like you feel it. Baby a like ebe count. Intina ntokwa no enyi. Because when you be kwa, definitely you target the person the weak point. Baby, I want to say, "Upon a tradia, a back calling mu or na back."
When you civilians are said,
there be Nyamika say, "Onuntina into kwanu." It's not advisable. Say, "Ngayenku."
Most former American presidents are even say I'm quite chill. The anymore just recent ones in Iran. When they retire, when they are out of power, he's going to head ECOWAS mission election.
Chairman.
Exactly.
Yeah.
They travel. But omo buy me this titra seminar omo ye nyama enye. They cannot go out. Shabush. He cannot travel. He cannot travel out of America.
But
why? Because the AC, you know, people still hold it.
Yeah.
Engine baby, I over finding who you want here. No, be a quiet baby. Why should you even do this in the first place?
I won't say.
Tony Blair, UK. On there's a particular EBA or champion, your former president of United States, Jimmy Carter, or EBA or to most places. You know, some of these things, you know, I think it's uncalled for. I don't know why they so push this particular idea of war and then killing of innocent souls.
Beside that, no. America for ni we mu na anya. Once they say afetie.
Yeah.
Once petroleum nyaman air cost through. Let me say enkan en fire ho. But at the end of the day, fire ho.
It's a global village.
Exactly. Enti ye nyina no sempa ebo na ebebo. Ni ebeye enim say ebetumi abua ama ntokwa we. It's factual. Ending no.
Which is not possible to.
No, the thing is, be a mini one. Yeah, to me, call Kakash and Munjai. But in one way or the other, no, we are a religious form. We can even pray.
And if all presidents of the rest of the countries or continents across the globe come out with a strong statement, but they are afraid. They are afraid. No, people who talk and they want to polish it, they want to now cannot say, but Iran too is baby.
It's you. And I am.
But if you come out strongly, yes. I'm telling you, they stop.
But they won't.
Because certainly,
no, you can't say. You see, honestly, this word, you can't make somebody stop by making a statement. Say
whichever effort, whichever action you are going to take,
currently,
it comes out. Century. Yes, minim sa, but the can say it comes out of friend saying kasa
diplomacy.
Diplomacy in the Dibesha say answer na do be able do because manti was here. Whatever you do, no, I understand it differently.
Yes, true.
Nti anu na Dibesha say answer na we movement be able take place. But Yankasa, if you are moving, I will be suspecting.
The early days of Donald Trump or C powers. What was he doing? Imposing tariffs on countries. 50%, 100%, 150%. If you don't come to me, if you're not my ally, I'll give you 150% of tariffs. So do you know? So then I make a no. And see, almost no, they have to retaliate because common and solve a problem no. Come on, paper and try meeting emails.
They say in common. The meaning can say in common.
They have you for it.
What I mean, the meaning can say in common. They be chassis. And say I take a step. But say you didn't common and take a step. You are not doing anything.
Oh, come on. So
the Observer newspaper say GRA launches advanced rulings program to boost trade efficiency. 24-hour economy authority NPA signs deal to support round-the-clock petroleum operations. The Observer newspaper see ADB post 367 million Ghana cedi profit after tax as capital adequacy ratio hit 27.17%. PAC Public Account Committee consumes summons Okoboy over 20 million Ghana cedi non-existent parliamentary hospital. NHIA deploys boat to improve healthcare access on Lake Volta. Ministry of Education secures clearance to recruit 7,000 teachers. Minister of Education Haruna Idrisu, and it's a story. Ochehini bans burials in homes. Chronicle: Daman mine transition. Your jobs are 100% assured. Land Minister tells workers. Now, banner headlines of the Chronicles were. Now, I say, Ochihina Sama Wakano. I say, a man mount quite say, Obesie, a friend saying, paid headlines.
Yeah. I think scientifically or health-wise, you're not supposed to bury
a deceased.
In the
same compound.
But
people
do. But
it's against the law.
Yeah, it's against the law. And to your own health, it's not good. Because
but earlier headlines now,
that's why.
Now I say omo amofre ochi
Debi
omo amofre achi na say bi omo akra na won komase na e bi nipa no ko wu akra komase a na e de ni ko na sana mimi ti ase but looking at this particular headlines na I say ufie no na esi untimi embare
even in digging toilets or manhole in your house, I think you have to seek for
clearance from
the EPA. So they can give you the direction on where to do it. So
assembly fund they say engage your one this and to have a clear
Ghana as we live, it's like we yafa bibia say already enya bibia we dey enya bibia until na there's some certain things now it is in the law, but the general public are not aware. And sometimes too we are aware, but we are being negligent.
As for laws, we are good at passing it.
But enforcing no.
Yeah. I don't say I'm okay. SU, but uko some friends saying typical village moi. Ena omu fambra kwanso. Mekai me late father wa ho owuye no na ya nyina decide say e be se no fie but fie no e be se yes 2 minutes ekita ya decide so we write to the assembly and assembly came to the location the scene and tell us that okay this is where if you want this is where we can do it and the assembly give us the go ahead not that yes sorry keke na so if okay best say no fie aha na epese no but some be catch say no who say no ha emwa fabra hasi and but say who call some typical village man maybe they will not even consult any assembly even you be crowd there some person no say yes see microphone crowd odan mu later crowd no nipa sa tada edan no which I think is bad.
I think there's
and then we try and work out and get the district as this to those from the district a department that's related to this now omontimi ya no my because never boy
I think that was 3 years or 2 years ago. There was this sheikh in Accra. And according to their family people, he was digging his own grave. Yes.
Digging. Yes. Say they.
Because when you say any moment from now, he can just pass away. So he's just being prepared for himself.
As a man.
Say even more. That's how.
But that's wrong.
So
that's wrong.
Yeah, he did it, and then he went
calling for your death or for you to.
No, he's preparing for his.
Oh,
death.
massa.
Arrangement.
Massa, arrangement for where?
You see,
sir, you have to prepare.
Adiba could say, as far as you are human being, no men you want to say, as he said here, may we and I'm perfect, and I see there be.
You're not perfect, but
because
no, somebody say, Kianiki Obewu.
And yen say but you because would and yes say because your ambition is that me papa
man Fatawu
you don't call for your death because the oil need there be say he has gone far
see sir say area say people can do a lot of things even a friend say public cemetery obi oho ni yiri ana ni papa to me baby I say ni papa no the next place maybe ye nim da ni ma ni na be wu ni maybe ni na ba ewu ye enti ni na be ma da so ti ase baby ye sie ni na ba no obetumi ko je ni e woni nchen no space na e woni nchen mato ye mfa hot wa because me pese mi na ba ni mi na be ma no omu nda fa ko and you pay for enti amount for betumi ewu ba obe say ye be huri akwanim na ya just space no atu ni pa no a
you're trying.
People do crazy things in this world.
Is it crazy?
To me, I say crazy.
Why is it crazy? No.
But the funny thing is that do you know that in some countries, that you won't pano, yeah man, birth certificate, Sadana and you be ni folder for the death certificate.
Yeah. Sir.
Yes, because they don't have a space. In one register. There's no space.
Okay.
Other countries.
Yes.
Wow.
In fact, Egypt to be precise, that I know. That's what they do. To die, you Yes, not the certificate per se, but there is a
they will open a folder.
There's a provision that you would have to register for a space for barrier. Say 100 years no be crana. Yes, you have already registered. Why we are mistaken? No one year no and they are just
sure.
Sir,
there's no space.
Wow.
Population. So you see, this one they are preparing.
No.
You see,
their argument or their position is based on their circumstances.
Their capacity
space. Because they don't have space.
Yes. Space. So that's their reason.
How they assassin they do ego hoy.
You see,
that's why I'm saying that it's good to be a Ghanaian. And it's good to be a Ghanaian.
Yeah.
You know, it is very difficult. It's very difficult in this country for even say be a Nipano Krano.
But only there are some things. Since my example, there are some people now. They know that if I go, my back and they may major to be so messy. So since I'm alive, let me start putting things in place so that they will see and they will follow.
Whatever will happen after you is not your business.
No, he wants.
But some people think about that. But
see,
even though
the reason is that
before Obekono, Opese, on Pese in the
Masa da ubewunu.
Yeah.
Dia uye eni nyina no uri akọ. Nkrofo na waja ma won insha awari enyi juma.
Miawu kanu ayenukro.
Ono Opese enyi juma.
Amanfo mfa nsa.
Exactly, that's what I'm saying.
Miawu kanu saneti.
Ono Opese onya nsa.
Okay, let me give you an example. Nipa ebia watimi abobra. We sifie ba ko nsa wo ma do agire. Ba ko ahojo. Ba ko fotobi. Ema ne nkwala, emfa ne nkwala 3.
Yeah.
Into watch team. Number 1, udie ne wa ado agiri. Number 2, udie ne wo ahojo. Number 1, 2, sorry, 2 there. 3, udie ne wo fotobi. Enkwala no a wo ahia ma omo se aha ena wa asia ma omo no. Omo nyandu bebia enkra no. They will let you know say maybe God me dey me here me kwa kra. Who are you say you are preparing for them future and they should go to onko tina fotobi and onko tina aduajiri and I say onko fence ahojo but or catch on the face how do baby ayo teenager onye is not even an adult yet. He's telling you that daddy me need me kwa crowd me dey me ko kumasi o me ko takura o kasa. How do you feel? They say the wire ni na no on kwa on
but I don't know the choice of the son. So an action now son me fan biano.
So why do you worry yourself to do something that the person will not even appreciate what you are doing?
No, the thing
sometimes you see he's doing it to appreciate himself, like for himself. So me kano before he goes to obese nechino enda like ma ntawantawa bi embem
and me ka say ntawantawa no ni nyina no de ebetwa nkomo ayebu nyina no de ebetimi aboa ama de wu pe no ama akoyie ene se wan kasa no bobrapa wudi nyankopon tem enye okay wudi tem kola na manyamiso enko that's the only solution.
That is what we
because say we enu no a unye wuye kra no God will be giving you an assurance say as for Oba way there he can fix like he can fit in your shoes, he can end your shoes but enye enu no dia na be a material na any other issues there. I'm telling you it is so full of disappointment. In fact there is some crown it might not even be enkwala.
Yeah,
the first disappointment will be unyenu.
Yeah,
unyenu mani mema. That's where the disappointment will come. Be the wajama kwala
why you
walk and say you I'm your uncle, how dare you that way na you no no ba be chere dey even though papa okono waja will and I say waja ma mpenyifo na ya chiche according to your religion or whatever, but the person who said say na me na me auntie penyi me na me sister say me na me papa say papa kwa me na me titi no you are not there so you cannot protest. No our sister plans nyina and anytime me ka say me ma fe no this issue of dachi me say nyina no dachi no you don't have any
control over it
but
at least you can.
So with the other say do what you can do and do it well.
Now or yeah well
Fatawu side way wa hu in one way or the other no me ni wonya adwen. Why? Because Baraka FM the fan sound there nga sese bi a yetie nga ye hu say ye adwuma because mechinu because sometimes the entia ye adwuma tireless ni no ye adwuma about ye chi ni edi be jama nkoda no se na anan nkoda no omo abra bo be
I'm not even
yi
talking about Japade per se. I'm not looking at that. I'm not the Japade by.
I'm
not talking about Japade per se. I'm talking about sending Pabekase or no dear. Officer, oh, I already. It's good, but don't call for it.
Okay.
It's good.
Okay.
Don't call for it. But
it's not calling because for it too. He's preparing for it.
But everybody is prepared. Why then you prepare? Everybody is prepared. But the fact is that how do you go to an extent say you are digging your grave? Maybe tears you.
Obi prepare. I'm telling you, and you're gonna prepare. Just that you should be reminded or reminded no more every day.
And say, oh yes, I don't want to call. So
maybe say double call. So he just preparing for that day to come.
You see, the soul in her in us, Anyankopon Amaya no. You have been entrusted.
Okay, mama example.
You have been entrusted. Yeah. And you say you have to take it for granted.
Mama example be from.
So you have to take care of it, live by it, and then go by. No problem. But not for you to call in for.
Mama example. Mama example be join the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Now you go to Islamic perspective. Abra your commissioning Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Otiase no. O catch sahaba bi no or oni ni companions no mtete o. Ana go sham say prophet bia obewu bia no. E bia obewu no ho na yesie no. Anya save pe. Yes. And na o catch o was o catch o say that should be say me bewu a e bia mewu no ho na mo besie me. So we know he's preparing for his back. No. They be different
from what they say. It's out of. It's not. It's not
different. Because all prepare no. Bia no. Ubewu and your honor obewu.
Exactly.
Maybe we prepare hunjo ha. But make osani ni abi wo Accra. Okobra Accra na dina kosi wo ho. Enti ye be nden ye be so na ha.
Hwe. Let me mama example say. Ono prepare. On say on ti kwa nko bebia.
Islamically no. Wo be kun aboa. Ye ma aboa no ehun sikan na.
Yes.
Wo di be kun.
And then say we man wabre.
Wabre. Good. Say no one kasa u digi u grave. E chese aboa na okokunu. Wa mo na hun sikan da.
Baby abobi ani o.
The National Enquirer or the APA goes 24-hour to drive round the clock downstream petroleum operations. Health Goldfields $135 million funding search raises doubt over capacity manage Bogo Superstia mine. Urban farmers in Adenta struggle as cattle invasions and development strengthen livelihoods. Bogo Superstia mine catchment divisional chiefs petition Mahama for new investor to replace Health Goldfields Limited. Your jobs are secured. Land Minister assures workers of diamond mines as transition takes off. The Daily Searchlight in source today was see desperate Agboja attacks. Give me claims it is unfit for purpose. Road Minister flags give me as units for purpose amidst mounting data integrity concerns. Assemblies of God backs Mahama over a doctorate withdrawal. Adjustment will depend on fuel tax cut GPRTU. Asama mika no na bai say fuel increment no GPRTU for no amu issue statement say aban enemy ya aban bo modiana on hwe taxes no fuel no so no ombe modiana monti so na senebe ya the eba fita mo no they can adjust but yes adia and they are going to increase first.
Yeah.
Now when it's almost increase se kwa okoto to manto sa auto jendi oni nyina no
to me
utopia otani account. If I search utakwa mi ho mo de almost see there be a bag is now going for 15 Ghana cedi instead of 10 cedi.
I think we should all be fair here. The fact that we were all here when fuel prices went down, we were calling for what?
Reduction.
Fair. Yeah. So we should also all should be
Baraka
fair.
FM.
When fuel prices are up, then it should be fair to say that okay, if they are also asking or seeking for increments there, then I think they have the right to do so, and they are per what the newspaper is saying that they want the government should reduce the taxes. I think
someone said one Ghana require for fuel
I think one Ghana city for is it
new tax on buy.
Yeah, I think one city for liter,
1 gallon
for 1 liter
for liter
yes, no
for liter, not gallon, liter.
Yes. So if that's the case, I think Omokwano you don't massive because they are even considering we the consumers or we the for torture. So they are even considering us, and I say they are considering us, or you are talking on our behalf to the government. Say on shares now on this moment. So if it is even 5% in of the tax now, half of the tax now, I might say 50% square now on the tax square for every liter. I think is the best, so that at least say 1.78 means see annual. Now it be but only surprisingly there may many do also, and despite the fact that everything is increasing, especially the fuel, our dollar rate is also appreciating. Like it's not.
The reason is that America is at war. Into dollar nonsense, now that's a fact.
Yeah.
Okay. They are not realizing it. And that's Reverend Wingham preaches peace at Easter. Diamond mine transition, where daily guide. Diamond mine transition to protect jobs. Minister. Highway robber gunned down. 7 others arrested. Hey, I'm robbery. Zongo Development Fund office locked over 252.5k rent. Wait, Haruna Halidu Haruna, I say Modiana, your friend on no my I don't understand. I see Omo Tupun because Omodika. Why would they even have to rent? This rent issue some years back during the Elsewhere administration, and then they are still renting.
Omo to the airport.
Yeah. Office Zongo Development Fund office you see lucky because mudika ntimitua mo amusi imbe develop Zongo no mu baby amu wonu office na kasa mu ntimitua nka
enti da we no at least ntumi nya baby kitwa
na what me some of these things I don't really understand. Zongo Development Fund office emi Zongo mu how they yes why this I said
Zongo Development Fund.
Yes. It should be in those Zongo.
I think their Zongo is in Nima or not. Is it their Zongo? The office.
Any Nima.
Maybe I think sometime ago.
Any Nima, me catch. I know the place, and it's not. It's a residential area.
And they say wrong.
Maybe
it's not.
It has never been the Nima before.
It's never been.
Wow. Maybe on branch.
Okay. It's never.
It should be.
That's the term. That's what I'm saying. That's the issue. So asami they say momodi honorable Ali Aruna na onya no da uti ase nyi eka ntisika we 252.25k dollars so onye cedis ntisika we wa hwe betimi ya reti classroom block e wo Zongo bi mu rent is canon. You know, we have so many abandoned projects in our Zongos that can even be given to them for free. They just have to maintain it and then re-establish it small and use it. Into the mimica say a governance system no say the sorry engineer nice it will not change anything. Yeah, him for near him for man sorry engineer mo nice some of these things it will not change anything. People don't want to speak to the leadership. This is a serious issue, but untisi obi akasam e woso quiet sa na akosa yankonkwa na ide akosi 2028 na akoto ababio mobile na ede na mu yeye. Nobody knows. The last time I went to the office it was during election and I was so amazed, and then that is why quite often no enya akonya na ebo ni pana baso because enye se wo bona baso because of abia open na oben no. But Oya Adekye Soka. Yeah. Mustafa Hamid then when he was there. The last time I went there, there were a lot of books are Mochiche, Emma, most of the schools in the Zongo communities. For the private schools are ABA and Kwalano Muntiminto schools, Muntiminto these educational materials, math set, mathematical set and all those things, they were giving it out to them. I don't know whether it is a plan. Maybe they did it during the election. I don't know, but it was during the election that we went there for a program, and we saw they were doing something like that.
I think they are distributing the tablets for the SHS students. They've done it
for the Zongo schools, for the Islamic schools.
Oh, no, that's not.
Zongo development. Zongo development. Asem na aba na yeka. Intermediate coming kwa.
So I think we have to engage them.
Yeah, seriously. I don't know. Your friend is like Wabefa.
Yeah, I think last time we met,
have to seek explanation. Yes. He's willing and ever ready to talk to you. I think we speak to the issue. But one he has asked me, I bet me akotia abinded than I call, you know. I'm sure. Because they came in the office barely on an appointment where I don't think he has even gotten a year as we speak. I don't know. I bet to but in any case, yes, yeah, Momodiana, yeah, na yentidi ekoso. Na highway robbers in studio. Kwase omeni kwa mfata robbers. I'm telling you. Muntade no mu eya musha na esi di omakwe. 10 Nigerians arrested for cyber fraud. Oh, they make these headlines and our media people. Don't be attaching nationality of people with the crime they commit. Fulani headsmen. Last my brother was giving it someone and I was very, very happy. Morusanda.
Is it a Fulani or Fulanis?
Fulanis, that's what they say.
So Fulani. Singular.
Whether Fulani or Fulani, why do you attach those nationality to the person's crime? No, it's wrong.
So
as a media person, you should know the right thing to do. Yes. You don't do that. A crime is a crime. It doesn't have any coloration.
Yeah.
Oye boni a waye boni. Emrano emfanindi. Okotokoli for chamba for zabarma for. You don't do that. But that's what the media has been doing all this while. Why do you say 10 Nigerians? 10 Yorubas, 10 Igbos? You don't do that. You are generalizing. Meanwhile, there are good people among them. A bad nut is a bad nut. And the community we have bad nuts. In some of these things, I think it's high time they have to stop it. It's not right.
The description is specific.
Oh, it's not right. It's not right. Because we are supposed to be enlightening people and then be educating and be saying the right thing. But some of these headlines, it doesn't really fetch. It's not the right thing. All right, so let's talk. Daybreak newspaper. The minority slams government over policy hitches. Park Simmons Okoboy Natoshi over. It's asking the Public Account Committee and easy. Ghana Statistical Service. Ghana Standard Authority aids OMCs to flee customers. BECE. This is my issue. This is my issue. Or see BECE candidate to select SHS after result. Minister of Education.
Wow.
Yeah, now we have arrived.
Yeah. So
this I don't know. Some policies what really, it was fair. You wanted to check corruption. You wanted to stop bribing for people for them to be getting some schools or specific schools. But as we speak, sometimes why we have to even allow this thing to even to go. Say akwala tron on social onyanim result here. Now I select school. How possible?
So
but say there be answer na obe select school no say who say result na ekutawi well say sa result it cannot go to St. John's and you be na kan who wan kasa kuta no we hu say result we achi water there be we there sentiment is there be baby ni na fa result ni fa. That is the way to go. Na ya tina for all these years afi na asaba back bio enye bibia o politics. Fundamentally, that is it. And Kebeja education is nukwa for them to take their decisions. I tell you, look, you can even get people you think they are even MPP, they are NDC. And when it comes to these issues, they'll tell you the fact. Because that is their field. That's what they have been doing all this while. They'll tell you. But politicians, not all of them, some of them.
I think this
intermediate, I think we make us a hooray. I believe if there are any hitches that will come, let's deal with it. Every intervention, every new thing be but men we cancel it. We are now going back again. and I say after 10 years oh new administration be about so there be I don't know this idea there are two that's be there be
I think that's how it's supposed to be.
That's how it's supposed to be.
Yeah, I think I agree with what the minister is saying.
Yeah.
But because we share general requirement in the SHS level now, we SHS now because university, which will be you'll be awaiting results and awaiting forms, awaiting results. So results bar.
Now in some kind.
Results bar. Now it's okay. Yes, results. Okay, let me go to the course. The admission portal of Eugene, now UPS, now UCC.
Baraka FM.
Course, what is the cutoff pointer? Can I, if I apply with this resource, can I really get admission to this school? So I think that one's fair. So now you know that if I go to this particular school with this resource, I'll definitely get what I want to do.
Yeah.
So that one is fair. So bringing it to the junior level, and I think it's a great thing.
Yeah.
I really agree.
The funny thing is that the editor died and said, "Oh, computer placement. Computer is why they teenage."
But you see this situation, I mean, you see, some way, somehow, the government can control everything in this way. You have to say St. John's Grammar as Achimota. They have a population of about 6,000 students SHS level. But I'm kind of 2,000 SHS 1 this year to SHS 1 2,000. Now I'm fine saying I'm a cutoff point a 15 grade 15. If you get below 50, you're not getting to that school. Now I'm sure results. I'm sure we no. I'm say why yadie they are expecting about 2,000 students and not 3,000 students. Now almost share the kind of way now. A better king collaborate 5,000 for 5,000 are qualified per the results and I'm making our my So in that regard, the government can somehow, some way do some adjustments to push other and I said to cut off students now 5,000. They can adjust their grades so that it can equate with the school now. So that MQuest say abano he can't control the school now. Because those one particular school, then it's everybody about. I think that one is the government can control, but if in the case that it happens that way, the government should know how he can control it without affecting
the Okano. Only main problem. This brofusem go rattle English and say infant to baby. Baby, I do say masa. Akola bi he want to learn something, skills. Or person or carpentry. Me man continue say na finish hammer, the size of hammer. Ni ohun hammer da o. You say akola no so na anka woman ko your friend saying technical schools now I had it because that's his old. But there's a particular psyche I had their mind say oh be a person go university or be a go say university here but obe we is a technical kwana you ma kwan na obetimi akoye apprentice o baby.
So more vocational schools should be available.
Wow, say we did new system we in other ways enye in a sense ebe motivating koda na ma asun ade because some results na me benya me school dia obi a school papa
Baraka FM
once me school papa ko no ebe she me crying say me sun ade good and the other side no so no ebe ko say the riches already have their way and the poor will remain because me was a car mepe kwan bia ama me ba akọ school kese without akoda no ni performance
there be any possible
possible
what the policy is saying that
yes see result never check
and I make a choice say you see once tie you pass through the back door
there be
it will
Mr. Paul is trying to say that whatever the case there will be a loophole.
Yes.
So what about the earlier
there was so okay. The loophole there or part they say then crown now be film.
Oh yeah.
They would
I'm looking at the story on the face value. What the minister presented. It's your result that will determine the school you
want to go. Yeah. So I think that's.
You know, Papa, Mami, or your honorable, or your minister, or your billionaire. Akwala na nyade is simplicity. There is no any explanation. Wanyade. You don't even have to even drive to a school to go and harass any headmaster.
Unim say
or
director. Unim say.
I think said the education minister should encourage all schools to bring their cutoff points out to the public. Until now, kwa be school no. And yes, all JSS3
or idea
or JHS1 krana
or idea
also when you say this particular school, this is the arrangement. So say from JHS1 the child is fighting
to enter a particular school, so it's working
from JHS1 and yeah final year now or be determine the next destination of the school. No, so from the end point, because most of us that's how it is. We don't know until say you do final year akas and few months you better okay school we say unya say na akwano preparation kwano unya no pressure this but from the onset from beginning you man say SHS level that's how it is. You know that okay this particular school you have to get this grade before you can enter to this university. You have to get this particular,
because what they do is that they say the grade that can take you to any tertiary institution is maybe 24. But 24 no UG Becker to my catch will say University of Ghana better catch will say for humanities we are taking up to 15 grade 15. Even though 24 but almost 50. Maybe I will take I say the aggregate I take this year for humanities maybe is 17.
And now
you get it. Even though you are within that 24 range, but that doesn't still give you the way to enter those schools.
I think what the minister is saying, I think I have a suggestion here. There shouldn't be A school, B school, C school, D school. To me, if this policy is coming there, there should be a category. Let's say Achimota say we know Achimota is to be is A school.
Baraka FM.
The aggregate the cut-off point will be from 6 to let's say 11 or single number. I think it has to change in this way. Achimota, you are A school, whatever school. So, or let's say Achimota, you are taking 2,000 SHS or new freshers, 2,000 freshers. No, categorizing. Okay, aggregate. Single numbers, we are taking 500 people. Accommodation, 500 people. From double numbers, from 10 to a grade 20, you have 500 for. From 20 to 24, you have 500. From 26 to 30, so there will be a mix. You shouldn't have to be the best. Now you believe one quarter want to say so you have to mix the students so that if you are intelligent, you can help your brother who has a grade 30. You can help him out. But I think that success doesn't always
depends on
so if I say school now, you refer as D school, F school, and I say G school. No, you can also give a single numbers student to that particular school. So now they can also develop that school and then they can also teach their.
But rather, I'm thinking that you would have suggested that schools that are D and E schools, are buying more say the only here or the so that you can also rise up to the occasion.
Yes.
Because sometimes in performance in the MI categorize not the structures, but some schools the structures. We kind many Babangida call diaspora. The headmistress that was appeal or can say, share school here, but we need A, B, C, D, Z, Abai and me and provide, which means Abai and me provide those things now. They will also be able to meet those schools now.
But I think majority is based on their performance. That's how they performance. So I think that's the policy they have to also consider because and so if they are going back to their old system, now it means that Achimota and other schools will continue to be the
Baraka FM.
Sometimes we say lack in BC or what see. Sometimes lack comes to Obu how things or dear Papa BC now no one
maybe a wire and answer panic and answer BBC.
So right now what is going on is the National Science and Maths quiz. That's another thing that will determine the school is best or not. So if all the A students are going to Presec or Achimota or this or whatever, school now
and you see one thing I've also learned through this admission processes is some of the schools because quite often they consider people who have other talents that they might not be academically inclined, but ABI a best sports or the best footballer at the JSS level, or by SHS, the school can consider because of they also compete when they get to Intercono, so they can use that one to consider. Last 2 years or 3 years, there's a lady I know who's coming from a very deprived school, but because she's
good in sports,
she's good in sports.
So
Nako ama and also Abwa ama assistant. All those things are considerations, like you're saying. It should be academic. All right, let's continue. Health Goal fails to inject $135 million in the first year of operation as new fleet arrives for Bogosu Prestia revival. Government clears recruitment of 7,000 teachers, expand tertiary education access. Oyarifa chief wins. Oyarifa chief wins suit over La Agbawe claim. Yeah, the BNFT newspaper said in ADB post 367 million Ghana cedi profits after tax as capital adequacy ratio hit 27.17%. Yeah, so anyone, so I think that is the last newspaper, BNFT newspaper. See, BOG to establish 2 billion Ghana cedi price stabilization fund. March inflation ease slightly to 3.2%. DTI invest $28 million in future workforce. We Akosombo pressure heightens power supply concerns. We any day in last newspaper yetimi Edibrew eti4 and anope. All right, so anyone idea embreno emma yakwan ama edi etimi dibre yeti4 and nti munshane so omo we top pure water. I must say price of sachet water to rise from 15% bag from 15 Ghana cedi per bag from April 6 into Eastern Ebedino. See munshane so na pure water do there. Accra Mayor orders temporary closure of Kaneshi Food Bridge over safety concern. Kaneshi Bridge they mean esi ya nkofuto nyama osu na pressure na esi na enche bia o na omu esi uhwe mfuni kwa mudi aba hanko na enso bia be frusa
metal.
Yes, metallic, but omu esi emre bia no because omu to nyama osu. So etie for him say hana edi adwode ni edi besi ene anope esa kai mo say Baraka FM yesa kai mo say nsawo mhini ni Easter Sports eba so girigiri ntino empenyifo no yehwe se amudu bibia betu ye na entimi emfa report no embremo na Miss Sweet almost no organize sports Salah sports this weekend and twilling them so say na yehwe almost a chronic competition almost the eba and ntino we any there ene nyankopon ya doma ye di embremo ye call for your short break yesaba na ya beto aso.